Is this like a no for you?
Join the fast-paced race.
Offers on the table, we need to compete.
The market is the problem. For a South London home...
The garden is shared, though.
You've been very useful, Phil, showing us a house with no interest in.
But they'll need all our best coaching.
Spin around.
Come on.
To win the sprint to the finish.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
This is so nice.
We're in London with two sets of first-time buyers searching south of the river. They're both preparing to take a leap and splash into the housing market.
Well, I hope they're strong swimmers, because with properties going under offer in less than 24 hours, they're going to need masks and a snorkel to see through the murky waters.
That was very good. You actually managed to deliver it. Very good indeed.
Are you a keen snorkeler, Phil?
Yes.
When you were in warmer waters?
In warmer climes.
Yes.
Not in the Thames.
In the...
Through the murky waters of the housing market, no thank you very much.
One thing's certain, it's going to take our best efforts to keep our heads above water this week. London is still one of the most expensive places to buy a home in the UK, with prices almost twice the national average.
And racing over the river into the desirable suburbs of South London, our house hunters are plenty, seeking more space and greener aspects, and pushing prices close to a 7-year high, soaring an incredible 7% in the past year.
Competition here is fierce. It's no wonder our house hunters this week have run out of steam.
Jess and Zach, both software product managers who met on the job.
I have no shame in saying that I was the long-term chaser. So
Very resilient.
Well, I declared my interest in Jess.
Over company, like DM.
I can't remember whether it was DM, but either way, you know, I went out on a limb. It was a long, long chase. Eventually, Jess broke down.
So much so that a besotted Zach moved from Sheffield to London, and 7 years on, they're enjoying blissful coupledom.
It's good having a biking partner.
Couple that works out together, stays together.
We do like to go on a night out and like go out dancing, go to festivals and stuff like that.
But these first-time together buyers are struggling in the competitive South London market, especially in popular areas like Ladywell and Brockley.
People are just bidding like 25 grand above the asking price.
The fact that I lived in Sheffield makes it difficult for me sometimes to cope with the price tags I'm seeing.
Meaning 2 years, 60 viewings and 3 offers later, they're no further forward and getting a little too settled in the house they're renting from Jess's parents.
We've managed to save up a good deposit from living here, so we're really fortunate. It doesn't seem like it goes that far in London.
I'm just scared that, like, the longer we leave it, the more house prices are going to rise and we can't buy anything.
But despite savings, a mortgage and the sale of Zach's house in Sheffield giving them a 700 grand budget, this search is hampered by 2 exacting and opposing checklists.
Number 1, the garden. Definitely a garden that gets the sun and also near a park and not too far from a station.
My main thing is a nice private space, because I work from home 5 days a week. I want something that we can extend.
And I don't think I'd like doing DIY.
You enjoyed building your desk.
Yeah, but that only took 10 minutes.
If the house hasn't got 15 rooms, then I'm not happy. And if the house hasn't got a garden the size of something you might expect in a stately home,
Yeah.
you're unsatisfied.
But in a market where demand is high, speed is key. You can't afford to keep pulling in different directions.
I don't actually remember sitting with a couple who've looked at more than 60 in a very long time.
We're a bit too much in our own heads about it.
And that's what I'm absolutely here to try and resolve, because you do need your independence. You need to put a line under this. You've got to sort it.
It's been an open loop for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, far too long.
Let's talk about the area.
Brockley, Ladywell, Crofton Park.
All the lovely, green, leafy, wonderful places to live. It's going to be hard because the things that you could have afforded, you can't afford now.
Have you got a time machine to take us 12 months back, I think?
Wouldn't it be nice?
Already, yeah.
You've done brilliantly, saving up the deposit, organising yourselves, so you can buy a house. We've got to move the search forward. I've got some things lined up. It's a really fast-moving marketplace.
We've been to see places, and then the agent's like, oh, we've already got an offer 50 grand over budget on this.
It's just mad.
We do really want to pull this off.
We're in a positive mindset. We're ready.
are.
We're ready to do it.
So am I.
Great team talk, Phil. Your couple are fired up and ready to go.
Thanks, Kirsty. Let's just hope we're winners at the end. Zach and Jess could borrow more, but for now they have £700,000 and ideally want 3 bedrooms, workspace and the ability to add value.
An open kitchen diner to hang out with our friends, and for Jess, a big sunny garden close to a park and a station.
Their search area is small and specific, so I'll be scouring between their preferred boroughs of Southwark and Lewisham.
While my pair have a much smaller budget, but a much larger search area, spanning most of South London up to the Surrey border. Media managers Alan and Rachel are a self-confessed unlikely pair, but they've been married for 5 years after a whirlwind workplace romance.
I guess fun and loud, basically, is probably the 2 things that sum Rach up best.
Wow, what microphone?
You are loud.
He is kind of solid as a rock.
I'll take that.
And he loves Star Wars.
I don't have that much Star Wars stuff in the house. I've got like 2 pictures and a mug.
And a bowl. And coffee
well,
shot glasses. And socks.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a disturbance in the force. Between them, these serial renters have clocked up over 20 moves in as many years, with the last 5 in a Balham flat costing a whopping £2,000 a month. Now, buying is their only hope.
You want to be able to pick the colours of your walls and put a nail in the wall.
Yeah.
And we're kind of at that point now.
The heat is on, at a stage in life when the only mortgage these 40-somethings should be paying off is their own.
The oldest first-time buyers in London, I think. Never marry an older man because you have to get a mortgage quickly.
They love Balham, but even a healthy £550,000 won't buy them what they want here. Prices and demand are high, so they're casting the net wider.
Well, we won't be going back to the office. Basically, anywhere within the M25 now, really.
And here's the problem. With a search area of around 52 square miles, it's like trying to find the proverbial in the haystack.
It's almost like choice paralysis because the areas that we're looking at is so broad.
But after searching for 2 long years, at least they know what they like.
A nice kitchen/diner, definitely the outdoor space. I love barbecuing.
I've lost quite a lot of weight in lockdown. I've lost 6 stone and doing lots and lots of walking. So we'd really like somewhere with a community feel and that's got some amenities.
We've procrastinated so much.
It's not going to get any easier.
I think we need Kirsty to give us a kick up the bum, to be honest.
Please help, Kirsty.
You heard them, Kirsty. They're asking for it.
Do you know what the flat you're currently living in is worth?
Yes.
720.
You could argue that what you want is 25% more than your budget.
Yeah,
In
I think
percentage
so.
terms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is why location is, we're willing to really compromise on that.
But here we are in this bizarre racing market.
Yeah.
What's the sort of feeling on house versus conversion or flat?
The flat we're in now that we rent is share of freehold, which would be fine.
Right, yeah.
Freehold would be the ideal, which obviously then means a house.
What is your kind of perfect looking house?
So I love Victorian houses, but equally they're very expensive.
They are very expensive. They are very expensive. So, ideally, Victorian villa, 2 to 3 beds, working from home space is key. 550,000.
Yep.
And around us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If possible.
Yeah, somewhere in South London.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
I'm not going to lie, this does sound tough, Kirsty, but you're tougher.
My couple have a hard-earned £550,000 from savings and a mortgage. They'd prefer a period house with 3 bedrooms to accommodate their home office needs and a sociable kitchen diner.
A garden's a must for Alan's barbecue nights, as is a safe community for Rachel that's close to town.
That's a
Thank
coffee
you
for
very
you.
much. That's very kind. How's things going at your end?
Couple have seen like 60 flats and are living pretty comfortably in a family-owned house. So, you know,
Well, if this market doesn't make them pull their finger out, nothing will.
it's bonkers.
Because the competition should fire them up.
How about you?
First-time buyers, but on the older bit of first-time buyerness, and a very, very wide search area. Previously, you would look at some buyers and think X, Y, and Z are the problems. Now you look at the market and think the market is the problem.
Yes. Speed is going to be of the essence. Good luck.
Indeed. Indeed. He's in one of those funny moods today, I can tell.
I'm not used to seeing him try to be dynamic.
Well, what's not amusing is my couple's contrasting wish lists. I'm hoping to balance things out, unify expectations, and move forward on common ground. Our first stop is Honor Oak Park, an up-and-coming area in southeast London. Just a few minutes walk to the park, the station and the high street. This place has it all.
We are here to see purpose-built ground floor flat.
Okay. Like the look of it.
It's a 2-minute park walk, so that's great. Yeah, and it looks really nice from the outside, yeah.
I am sensing the north-facing garden, though.
It's got gardens front and back.
Okay, okay.
And it's on the market at 585.
No. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So far.
You're already making me nervous. Come on, let's get in.
Just keep calm and carry on, Pip. The opportunity inside this Victorian garden flat is no less impressive.
The spacious bay-fronted living room is light and bright, whilst the modern kitchen is large enough for their friends to gather.
The 3 bedrooms can be divvied up as they please, so plenty of space for working from home. And with lengthy gardens front and back, Jess won't be disappointed.
Previously a rental, it needs a bit of TLC. Perfect for Zach to add his own stamp. And on at £585,000, there'll be plenty of change from their top budget of 700 grand for the work.
Come on in. See what you think of this.
Okay. This is nice, I like it.
It's nice and wide and it's got bay window. It's lovely.
I was thinking 585, this is...
Still looking good for 585.
Still looking good, yeah.
Absolutely.
But in terms of how it compares with other things that you've looked at, and just as the front room.
Very good in comparison, yeah.
9 out of 10.
Excellent.
Thumbs up so far, Phil. And if the kitchen scores, you could have an early contender.
Eat-in kitchen, it's in good nick. But in terms of size, I thought it was quite reasonable.
It's not really like a place where you'd like have people over.
How it looks currently, yeah. I think like it is quite dark in here, and the floors are very like old school. But yeah, the amount of space is good.
And let's remember, it is at 585.
It is, yes.
It's not left my mind, yeah.
So, some work to do in the kitchen, but being so far under budget means cash to do it. As long as the rest fits, of course.
I think you could get 2 desks in here if we wanted to have both have our offices in here. Just really like this room. A lot of light.
Well, it feels like a good start. And this is a strong flat at sensible money. But they've discounted hundreds, they've viewed 60. So I'm not feeling that confident.
Also, the location.
I don't have a big problem with Honor Oak Park at all.
It's a bit family.
So, the area may feel a bit grown up for Jess, but top of her list was the garden, and this one's a beauty.
This garden is very nice.
This garden looks like it gets the sun.
It looks like it gets the sun all day.
Yeah.
So as a whole package...
I think the inside's good.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's a good first property. I'm just not sold on Honor Oak Park. It's a little bit out of the way. We'd actually bumped it off our location area.
You could have told me that.
We didn't bump it off. We didn't bump it off.
She just hadn't told you, or me, for that matter.
585, though, I do really like a deal, and this is tempting.
It's got to be worth considering.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
It's a maybe, and for now, that's good enough for me.
But it remains to be seen if it'll be good enough for Jess.
We're in South London, and I'm with Rachel and Alan, a pair of mature-ish first-time buyers who need a helping hand getting out of a pricey rental.
And I'm with Jess and Zach, but I'm hoping a steady hand will navigate them out of Jess's comfortable parents' house and into a home of their own.
They've seen 60 properties in the last 2 years, and so far, the flat in Honor Oak Park had the right appeal.
585, though, I do really like a deal.
Maybe in the wrong location.
I'm just not sold on Honor Oak Park.
With my serial renters, they're desperate to buy their first home together, but have cast their net a little too wide.
But it's almost like choice paralysis because the areas that we're looking at is so broad.
I'm excited to be starting their search on the edge of one of their favourite areas, Crystal Palace. It's got the community, it's walkable to the high street, there's leafy strolls for Rachel, plus I think this house delivers.
Briefly spin around.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
I'm not going to deny that we're on the edges of Crystal Palace here, but you can actually see the beacon.
Yes.
I didn't quite expect to be as central to Crystal Palace as we are, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, good start. OK.
That's a big tick, Kirsty, and this bay-fronted Victorian terrace could make for a great first home in an area they love.
Downstairs has a charming reception room that leads onto the dining room, while the extended kitchen breakfast room opens onto the garden and patio, ready for Alan's barbecues.
Upstairs, there's a family bathroom and 3 bright bedrooms. 2 are double, and there's a single which could easily become an office, with lovely green views over allotments.
Fine for now, they could extend into the loft later and create a fab 4th bedroom. All of this and 25 grand under budget at £525,000.
It's in perfectly good nick.
Absolutely.
And upstairs there are 3 bedrooms.
Oh, wow.
Good sized kitchen.
There are various tweaks you can do to this house. You could do quite a bit more, but there's nothing stopping you moving in tomorrow.
I think that's what we're after, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere we can add value as we go.
I like it so far.
Yeah.
Well, they seem happy with the short and long-term potential here. Let's hope upstairs lifts them even further.
Ooh.
That is a nice view, isn't it? You don't feel like you're in central London.
It's a funny one, this house. It does require a degree of imagination, but it has got enormous potential. And if Rachel and Alan can see that, we could be in a very strong position. Because the thing is, this market is fierce and fast. And I hate saying that, but that is the facts. And nothing I can do can change it.
Built-in wardrobes there, bed there.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, you just flip it round.
Yeah.
Look at you having your vision.
Well, I'm liking what I'm hearing, Kirsty. There's good vibes here.
It's so sunny, I've had to get my sun specs out. Did you see the allotments?
Yes, we did.
It's
Yes.
really leafy around here. It really is.
We like it.
You like? Listen, there is nothing wrong with liking the first thing you see.
What a great start.
Yeah. So we've set a bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Fantastic.
Way to go, Kirsty. Dare I say, you may have found that needle in the haystack already. Back with Jess and Zach, and while they loved the flat in Honor Oak Park, Jess wasn't overly enamoured with the location. Keen to tick that box, we're in desirable East Dulwich, an area they want to explore, and no wonder. With lively Lordship Lane and Peckham Rye Park on the doorstep, it fulfills their lifestyle needs.
Hello.
Today we've got the sunshine. All the joys of Lordship Lane is just there.
Really nice road.
Yeah, I really like this street.
It's on the upper floor. It's in beautiful condition. It's not actually on the open market yet. It will hit the market, we think, at about 695.
First floor, does that have a garden?
Yes.
Looks absolutely amazing outside.
Yeah, really lovely. No, I'm excited to go inside.
Come on, let's get in.
Happy faces outside, Phil, and this stunning split-level Victorian conversion should continue to impress. There's a reception room to the front, and the kitchen diner at the back has lovely views and stairs to a private garden. The current owners have it combined with their neighbours to create a bigger shared space, but it's easily separated to allow the secluded oasis Jess wants.
Set up as a 2-bed with an immense attic main with ensuite, it was originally built with 3 bedrooms, so there's scope to return the wall in the living room to create more office space if they wanted. Prices here have rocketed 17% in the last year, but this is £5 grand under their top budget at £695,000. It's not yet on the market, so we're ahead of the competition too.
So, house number 1, you were a bit concerned about the levels of light in it. Here, I mean, you couldn't find a lighter, brighter room.
No, it's wonderful and bright. Yes.
Nice little breakfast bar.
That picturesque view there is selling it to me pretty heavily already, yeah.
Really nice.
Have a look.
Can we go have a look? Yeah. Ooh, is this the garden?
Legally, it is split down the middle.
I mean, I love it. The garden is shared, though, so I think there's some convincing to do on your part.
It's being used as a shared garden, but it's not a shared garden. You can put the division in. And a problem.
Yeah.
Well navigated, Phil, and there's even a potential project for Zach in the living room.
If you look behind you, there's an extra door in it. The owner here took out that wall. So as things stand, this is an awesome 2-bedroom.
I wouldn't really want to rob the space from this room, though. I wouldn't be distraught if we bought a place and no work was done.
Jess wanted to walk in somewhere and for it to be lovely in a really strong location.
Just that shared garden.
It is not shared.
Okay, yeah. But it's a small, non-shared garden. Yeah.
I'm hoping Jess isn't looking for problems, Phil. It's rarely a good sign.
Would you fit a bed here? King size.
Just.
This is a tough market to crack, and this is an awesome flat.
There's a second bathroom.
It's definitely bright.
But actually, I think in their mind, they're more attracted to the first property. It wouldn't cost them as much, and they can add value.
Everything's on top of, like, quite cramped in a way.
It's probably making me appreciate what we saw yesterday all the more.
Yeah, I'm definitely still more keen on that one.
Well, seems this one could be out, but property 1 could be in.
It's rather nice sat here in the sun. What will have been going through their minds? How'd you get on?
Yeah, great.
We are missing the space, though.
It's just highlighting how much potential there was in the first place we've seen.
We're trying to, you know, be optimistic.
Yeah, you're a positive influence.
Excellent. I've got something else lined up to show you that is going to throw other things into the mix, that solves things like gardens and space. But let's move on.
Oh, no, it's going to be outside of London.
You've been talking to Kirsty, haven't you?
It's in the Highlands.
Well, I do like you in a kilt, Phil, but I'm not suggesting you go that far.
Thankfully, Kirsty, I have something a bit closer at hand.
Back with my perennial renters, they loved the house on the edge of Crystal Palace, but I'm betting I can raise the bar even higher. We're in Worcester Park, on the southwest London-Surrey border. Houses here are 12% cheaper compared to property 1, which means their budget stretches to lots more.
This house is very different to the last, fully finished.
Okay.
Area-wise, how are you with Worcester Park?
We know where the high street is, the train station.
Ah.
We're really open to Worcester Park.
Great, fantastic. Look at the house.
Nice curb appeal.
Quite keen to get inside and have a look, to be honest.
So am I.
Full marks curbside, Kirsty. Now onto the inside, where this renovated 1930s build really shines. Unlike property 1, the work here is done, with a lovely reception-cum dining room leading to a modern kitchen and bifolds out to the immaculate garden. Perfect for our barbecue king.
Upstairs is a bright bathroom with 3 bedrooms and a master bathroom en suite. But extra studio space in the garden, currently a gym, has office for 2 written all over it. We're the first to see this house on at 25 grand under budget at £525,000. But an open day is booking up fast. If they want it, they might just need to fight.
In you come, boys and girls.
Wow.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Right.
Sorry. We seek to torture. This house is super aspirational, whereas the other house requires a bit more imagination, but you can add more value to it in the long run.
It's trying to think about how it would work for us rather than being overwhelmed by, you know, how lovely their table is. And there's a wine fridge.
Don't be fooled by those evil wine.
Exactly, Kirsty. They'll certainly need clear heads to be sure this space works for them if we're to end years of renting.
This is nice.
This is lovely.
It's very lifestyle, this place. That's its seduction. But if I'm honest, it is a little bit toppy on the price. I would like Rachel and Alan to look around using this as inspiration for property 1.
They've done a beautiful job, but I think we could maybe do the similar somewhere else.
The whole thing is really professionally sold. Impressive.
A fine sentiment. Let's hope our couple agree.
Thanks.
That's confused us.
That's a cat amongst the pigeons. I guess we don't know if we're getting overwhelmed by the finish, which is lovely.
She's very good.
Because I don't think we expected to see something this
No.
amazing.
Yeah.
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 I just think we've got lots to think about.
Lots to think about.
Exactly.
Lot to think about.
All right. Off we go.
That pray too.
Another great viewing. That's 2 homes very much in the mix.
Yes, but with an open day looming for this place, I don't think I've a home run just yet.
This week we're battling it out in the tough South London market.
But so far, we seem to be on a bit of a winning streak for Rachel and Alan.
As both my properties are contenders to take them away from a pricey rental and into their first home together.
That's a cat amongst the pigeons.
Whilst Jess and Zach don't want to give up hope, so it's gloves off to the finish line.
They have 60 viewings under their belts in 2 years. And despite my second house in East Dulwich feeling a bit tight,
It's just highlighting how much potential there was in the first place we've seen.
I'm pleased property 1 could be in the running. but Jess does have concerns over the area. So, determined to get them fully aligned in one place, my next package is a step up again. We're in location-ticking Crofton Park, at the southern end of Brockley, a 3-minute walk to Ladywell Fields for green space-loving Jess, and with plenty of room inside for Zach. It's a whole house.
Borders, Crofton Park, Brockley.
Good location, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've seen like 5 on this road already.
Serious?
Yeah, I think our concern before was the road.
But I've got a house to show you.
Yep.
Exciting.
House with its own front door, 3 bedrooms and a private garden.
Looks really nice as well.
Yeah, it's really nice on the outside, yeah.
Let's get in.
And there's plenty to distract from the road noise inside this completely refurbished and extended Victorian terraced house. Downstairs, there's a separate reception room, a handy utility room and a huge contemporary kitchen, diner and snug, which unlike the last 2 places, opens straight onto a paved, low-maintenance garden for Jess to lounge in.
Upstairs is a family bathroom and 3 bedrooms, arrangeable into sleep and office zones. Plus a loft ready and waiting to be extended into has the potential Zach's looking for. The competitive market has forced our hand here, as this is 25 grand over their top budget of £700,000. But we know they can borrow more, and it's in tip-top condition.
Lovely hallway, front room, utility room, downstairs loo.
Utility room.
Big
hello.
cupboard. And the kitchen.
Oh my God, this is so nice.
Wow. Lovely. This is one of the best kitchens I think we've ever seen. It's probably the best kitchen we've ever seen.
What's the price of this one?
It's fresh to the market, and there was an offer on it last night. They are asking, I feel a slightly ambitious, 725.
Yeah. It's really nice though. Also, really like the garden. It looks very low maintenance.
Let's get out there and have a look.
Cool.
Always a good sign when they ask the price, Phil.
Yes, so long as the numbers work.
East-facing garden.
Really nice. Gets the sun now and it's like late in the afternoon.
You could
And one-
sunbathe in that small strip there.
Yeah, just really nice.
There are brilliant precedents set for dormers, so
Yeah.
there is opportunity here.
And you can't hear the road too much from
Nope.
here.
Well, if they love the upstairs as much, they'll need to be ready to compete for it.
It's a perfectly light, lovely office.
It is a tough predicament, but that's house hunting, and that's house hunting in this market. It's not easy, and people have to make decisions quickly, and they're big decisions, and they're quite stressful.
And also, there's still the possibility to extend into the loft.
Yeah.
We wouldn't need to move.
No. Yeah, it's ticking a lot of boxes at the minute.
This place just keeps giving and could make a better long-term option compared to the first property.
Did you find your way around? Nice to have 3 proper bedrooms, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice. Like, this is one of the top houses we've seen in the whole 60 search.
How do you feel about this one in comparison to the first flats, basically? Because, you know, remember, it's over £100,000 more.
This one.
Just straight out. OK.
How about you?
It's hard not to prefer this one. You know, it's a great house.
I still think it'd be good to, like, see property one.
Some actual thinking to do tonight.
And some sums. Put it into context with actual numbers and cost of borrowing the extra money.
No, yeah, that's a great idea, yeah.
We're in a good place.
Smart money chat right there, Phil. Anyone would think you'd done this before.
Yes, but it never gets any easier, especially in a runaway market.
Back with Alan and Rachel, and with the last 2 houses in the running, I'm hoping for a hat-trick, as our final property is in the much sought-after suburb of Surbiton, a place they love. Here their budget only stretches to a flat, but I'm thrilled that it isn't officially on the open market. Phil's come along too, though I'm starting to wish he hadn't.
I'm fidgety, I'm on edge today.
Why?
There's a lot going on in here, in the market. I can't hang around.
Did you forget to put one of your brain cells in this morning?
No, because I've only got one. I can't forget that one.
Rachel and Alan are on their way, so untense yourself. It'll only transmit to them if you're tense.
Deep breathing.
Oh, God.
Hello, Alan. Hello, Rachel.
Good morning.
I'm very impressed by the coordinating outfits yet again. Phil's made an effort with a new top, but the grey hairs on his chest are poking. Look, you can see the little white flecks.
That's been set everybody of a certain age.
Yes.
What's in your mind in flat versus house?
My main thing with a flat is it's the leasehold versus freehold.
This is a share of freehold.
Which is the different situation. So I go into this with an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited to see something different as well.
Okie doke.
Super, because as well as being in a fantastic central area, this period flat is light and airy throughout and even comes with parking. The open-plan living and kitchen space has a stylish and sociable feel, which continues through the extended sunroom and out into the garden. Perfect for entertaining.
Whilst there may only be 2 bedrooms, one of which could be used to work from home, the garden could easily accommodate an office pod. It's due to hit the market once some roof work is completed. But it will still be 10 grand over their top budget at £560,000. However, there may be a deal to be done.
So we have a lovely open-plan 2-bed flat, really good entertaining space.
Yes.
Yes. Very good entertaining space. And the garden.
It's beautiful.
It's stunning.
Are you thinking, ooh, potential, or are you thinking, ooh, I want to dash back to a house?
I would rather go back to one of the 2 houses we saw yesterday.
It doesn't feel like a flat because it's got high ceilings, it's very open at the back. I guess we'd need to see all of it, really.
Well, Rachel may be feeling it, but Alan might need some persuading.
Well, the barbecue, I'm afraid, doesn't come with the flat, Alan, but it demonstrates there's quite a lot of barbecuing, entertaining, dinner parties.
This sort of space would work brilliantly for us.
So the thing about this flat is that you can do more. But I sense that your heart isn't in this, Rachel.
This would definitely be the kind of last runner in the race.
I know you saw 2 houses yesterday.
Yes.
How were discussions?
We actually both agreed on the same house.
Which one, first or second?
Second house.
My heart loves number 1 and the opportunity to go in and make it our own. The budget that it would take us to do that, at the moment, that would mean that that was our lives. So it's that balance.
Fantastic, right?
Well, it looks like you might have found the one, Kirsty, but it doesn't lie here.
So there is agreement in the camp?
House number 2?
Yeah.
We definitely want to go back and have another look at that, don't we?
You know what he's going to say now.
No?
Can I be dismissed, please, miss?
You've been very useful, Phil, showing us a
been
house
lovely
we've
to
no
meet
interest
you.
in.
Yo, yes, that's the way to go, Rachel.
Well, do forgive me, I didn't choose it. I was just coming along. But I have got to get right across the other side of town, so...
Phil's been burned.
Thank you.
Burn, that's a burn. He's skidding out of there. You can see the smoke coming off him.
Luckily, I can take the heat, Kirsty. It fires me up. But as beautiful as the flat is, it's all about the houses for this pair.
You're right, Phil. Now it's down to property 2 to keep the home fires burning.
Back with Jess and Zach, with the quick market and property 3 in their minds, they've decided on a revisit sooner rather than later to property 1 in Honor Oak Park to settle if it's in or out.
I also can't hear cars constantly.
It is the selling point of the house,
Do you think?
along with the back garden.
Yeah, it's lovely.
But second viewings are more about head than heart, and last time there were concerns with the kitchen.
You're reminded of how dark it is in here.
Now we've seen property 3, it literally doesn't compare. Yeah, it's stretching us, but you could literally stay in that for such a long time, and it's a whole house.
We've always said the smart move is the long-term move. Jess sees it, but will Zach get on board?
I just think it's a good place.
A good backup.
It's the best backup.
Well, property 3 in Crofton Park's the winner for Jess. But Zach still may be wavering.
My final place could just beat it, but it's déjà vu, as they've seen it before. Last time they couldn't agree before it's sold. Now it's back on and has everything they need. And in this market, second chances don't come around too often.
I know it was on your mind and that you went back to the flat.
Yes.
First property. How'd you go on?
I liked it less.
I liked it more.
So property 1 and property 3 are still in the mix.
Yes.
Do you recognise that?
Yes, we do.
Given where we are, for you, Jess...
Very good
Lady
location.
Well, and for Zach, potential to extend...
Yep, OK.
Pretty quickly after you saw it, it went under offer at 710. It's collapsed, so it's just come back to the market.
That's not that much less than property 3, and this isn't nowhere near as nice.
Yeah, that's true. But there's been movement on property 3.
Oh.
2 offers came in, which means there are now 3 offers. Mm-hmm. I wish it was different, but it's not.
Yeah.
Let's get ourselves in.
The market and location mean this 1930s house is worth a second look. And unlike property 3, it's set on a quiet road.
Downstairs has a pretty reception room to the front and a bright kitchen and sunroom come office to the back, which leads out to the only southwest-facing garden yet, the perfect sun trap for Jess.
Whilst upstairs has a family bathroom and the 3 bedrooms and scope to go into the attic, means this could make the perfect first home and investment for Zach. It's everything they've asked for, and it's bang on their top budget at £700,000. Knowing how important the garden is for Jess, I'm starting off round the back on this one.
This little terrace bits gets the sun nicely.
Yeah, well, it seems like most of it gets the sun nicely, right?
When we first met, you said to me your search has gone on long enough. One of my roles that you asked is to help bring you together, focus, push you through it.
I think we do just need to buy a house at this point.
You do. You really do. It's costing you money.
Exactly.
I know you're very comfortable living at the family house.
Yeah. OK.
That's the problem. They need to get in tune or they'll be stuck on this merry-go-round house hunt forever.
I like this house more than I first remember.
Yeah, they're going to have to make decisions in the next couple of hours. And that's tough.
This is the lowest.
Even with the loft extension potential.
And I don't know.
That garden is quite nice. I don't know.
One of the reasons why they haven't bought a house over the last 60-odd viewings is because they can't reach the same decision quick enough. So I'm absolutely determined that they will make a decision today.
Is this like a no for you?
It's just too pokey upstairs.
It is quiet in here though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we just sound like a pair of indecisive idiots.
To be fair to Jess and Zach, 700 grand is a whopping amount of cash, and it's not their fault the UK's market has gone ballistic.
Well, hope it was useful seeing it again.
It actually was. For me, this is winning against property 1, but probably second place to property 3.
How about you?
I'd say property 3 is still my favourite. Property 1 is actually a close second, and this is actually still third.
I'm going to really try and focus you now. If you both just said to me, property 3 is your favourite, so let's go and decide what we're going to do about it.
Yeah.
Offers on the table, we need to compete.
Yeah.
You need to make decisions.
We
Let's
do.
do it. Come on.
A call to action, Phil. Exactly what they need. Hopefully, it'll finally get Zach and Jess into their first home together. In South London, Rachel and Alan are leaning towards property 2 in Worcester Park, so we're back for a second look.
I think for us, we were really keen to come back and I guess check that we kind of haven't been overwhelmed by
The tidiness.
the tidiness.
The tidiness.
That
Now,
we will not be.
I think I'll leave upstairs to you.
They clearly love it here, and with those sensible heads on, they're double-checking upstairs.
We could then have it as an office and a bedroom.
Yeah.
So size-wise,
All good?
it's good for me.
Well, the bedrooms are the right fit.
You're almost too tall for that. But I'm not, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
I can have the other bathroom.
Nice.
Whilst Rachel and Alan fight over his and hers lose, Jess and Zach have decided on property 3 in Crofton Park and have investigated squeezing their mortgage up towards the asking price. But with 3 offers already in between 2 different agents, we're feeling the heat.
It's on the market at 725. The complication is the agent that I'm dealing with is not the agent that has the offers, which means we lose a bit of control. Where are you at on the finances?
Last night, the comparison between 700 and 725, it wasn't enormous.
It's really difficult because you risk losing it.
Yeah.
Unless you really go for it,
Yeah,
you risk
yeah.
losing it.
Do you think we should go in above the asking price?
No, but I think you should go in at 718 and see where we get to.
We thought that we'd go in at the asking price.
I think if you went in at the asking price, we could do the deal today and close out the other parties.
That's what we discussed, isn't it? Going at the asking price.
Yeah, let's just go in at asking price.
Happy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Wow, they've gone from worry-warting to warp speed.
And whilst I'd love to bring it in at less, Their bold asking price offer shows how much they want it.
Darren, Phil here. How you doing? I hope your day's about to get better, because I'm going to make it really easy for you here. They love the house. They really do. On the condition we can get an answer today, my buyers will pay what they're asking, $725, but we do want an answer today. Good man, good luck, thank you. Cheers, bye-bye.
Meanwhile, on my side, Rachel and Alan are mulling over property 2 in Worcester Park.
The guide price is $525,000. On the weekend, there is an open house.
I think we're thinking 530.
Yeah. I think-
Ideally 525, but
Yeah.
probably 530.
The vendor is reasonably keen to see what happens on Saturday. So if you go in at 5:30 now...
We're setting the bench for everybody else. We've had a conversation since last night about do we want to get into a bidding frenzy about Worcester Park, which I could see happening, or do we actually make an offer on Crystal Palace where we know that it could be a fairly painless process and a house that is actually what we asked for.
Yeah.
Clearly, these two have one eye on property 1, the Victorian house on the edge of Crystal Palace.
Do you want to go back and see Crystal Palace? You look like you're going to cry, Rachel.
That wine fridge. They
Yes.
got me on the wine fridge. Which is stupid. You know, it's having the confidence that we can do that ourselves.
We can make any house as nice as Worcester Park.
They're not going to tell us what they take it off the market for.
I can ring the agent and ask.
They might tell us.
Okay,
It's worth a shot, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Before a definite switch to property 1, it's a final attempt to close the door on that open day at property 2.
My lovely clients are obviously stuck. I was just asking if there ever had been any figure in their mind which would take it off the table. Okay, thanks, Siobhan.
And we're not waiting long for an answer.
If I was in their position, that is what I would do. Okay, bye. I'm glad we did that. They're going to stick with the weekend open house. We're in the loop, which
Which
is
is
all
good.
one can ask for in this
Exactly.
market.
No,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Listen,
Thank you for
here's to
speaking to me.
hope.
Here's to hope.
Thank you.
If the open day goes ahead without an offer, we'll be in a strong spot. If not, property 1 could be back in. But for now, we wait.
On my side, we're nervously waiting for a simple yes to Jess and Zach's asking price offer of £725,000.
Have you ever offered at this level before?
Never, ever, ever.
This kind of money, for me, makes my head spin. Yeah, it's quite stressful.
That was quick.
Hi, Darren. Yes. Go for it. It's a yes.
No way.
Deal
Oh
done.
my
Agreed. House off the market.
That was quick.
Fantastic.
That was good.
House is off the market and the deal is yours.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well done.
That's nice. It's good.
Congratulations. I'm
Thank you.
really, really, really pleased for you.
Thank you.
2 years and 60 viewings at an end. With my couple, overnight a change of plan. Rachel did return to property 1 on the edge of Crystal Palace and confirmed all her good feelings. So much so, we offered the full asking price of £525,000.
Hi, Kirsty.
Listen, they accepted the offer.
Yes, brilliant. Thank you so much. Oh, that is such good news.
I'm so glad we were able to be with you on this extraordinary roller coaster of a journey.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Congratulations, Kirsty. Ding dong, the renting's done.
5 weeks later, it's 2 weeks until they get their keys. Rachel and Alan are raring to get bums on seats in their new home.
We've looked at sofas and dining room tables and
New bed.
and we really want to get built-in wardrobes.
Oh, that one.
That's nice.
Lots of fantasy shopping, but then we're going to have to pair it back to what we can actually afford.
With budget in mind, it's great that their new house works perfectly for both the short and long term.
Kirsty was talking about extending into the side return and the fact that you could go up into the loft, but they're things that are 5 years down the line.
But yeah, we've got some plans.
Well, you've got some plans.
He's got a list.
It's getting longer.
Considering how long their list of preferred areas was, I'm delighted we honed in on their sweet spot.
I think getting the combination of the place and the location, that was definitely down to Kirsty.
Completely.
No more paying £2,000 in rent. I couldn't be happier for them.
With Jess and Zach, a month until they move in, and sun worshipper Jess is already planning what to do first.
I'd like to look at the garden, maybe put some decking at the back so you can get the sun, like that extra 10 minutes, make all the difference.
Zach's priority was much more about the home office arrangement.
I get the smaller, quieter room at the back of the house, but there's a potential that Jess might get the large master bedroom as an office.
Seems only fair, and with spaces sorted, coming in 25 grand over their original budget means minimal work is a bonus.
In terms of decoration, the only one is you really want to change the main bedroom.
You've got to get rid of the wallpaper. I'll probably redecorate the office.
I will be doing minimal redecoration.
Yeah.
After searching for 2 years, stretching that extra bit has obviously reaped rewards.
Phil, thank you very much for
finally getting us to make a single decision in our lives.
My pleasure. And it's a decision that'll see Jess and Zach right for many years to come. Next time, we're buckling up for a bumpy ride.
No one is desperate and there's no panic.
Trying our best to rise above a superheated market.
They have had 4 asking price offers.
Shock of shocks, it's still available.
At some destinations, it may be a flyby.
I didn't get the feeling from it.
Anne would have me gut the place.
But we always try and provide a first-class service.
It's gorgeous. Smashed it.
Wow.
Come on!
If you'd like help finding your next home, then we want to hear from you. You can apply online at channel4.com/take part.